Grenada's Foreign Affairs Minister Joseph Andal, who participated in the Caricom Council for Foreign and Community Relations meeting, that's the Cofor meeting on Friday, said the ministers agreed to write to the U.S. State Department to seek clarification about the statement which was issued on Tuesday by U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio. The Cofor meeting was held to discuss the Trump administration's decision to revoke visas of foreign government officials whose country employ Cuban doctors and nurses. In a statement on Tuesday, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said the expanded restrictions target individuals and immediate family members of individuals believed to be responsible for the program, which he described as forced labor. The statement reads, and I quote, "Today, we announce the expansion of an existing Cuba-related visa restriction policy that targets forced labor linked to the Cuban labor export program. This program policy applies to current or former Cuban government officials and other individuals, including foreign government officials, who are believed to be responsible for or involved in the Cuban labor export program, particularly Cuba's overseas medical missions. This policy also applies to the immediate family of such persons." End of quote. Andal said, foreign ministers felt the statement, as issued, needs some clear specification, and it was agreed that Caricom ministers should seek clarification and at the same time request a meeting with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio. No deadline was set because we cannot dictate the schedule for him, but we all agreed that such a meeting should be with the highest level, and that is, meeting with him, Andal noted. The meeting will be arranged by Cofor. Andal stated that in the meantime, Grenada will continue to honor its health agreement with Cuba. "We have an agreement with Cuba, and we will continue to respect the terms and conditions. We expect to continue that relationship with Cuba, and if anything, we will cross that bridge when we get to it," Mr. Andal added. Cofor is a Caricom body that coordinates foreign policy and promotes cooperation among member states. Grenada over the years has signed agreements with the Cuban government that provide for doctors and nurses to render their services through medical missions. Through the health agreements, hundreds of medical personnel from Cuba have contributed and continue to contribute to Grenada's public healthcare system. For GBN News, Janelle Dick.